being really grounded and being really centered and knowing and having the knowledge of all the many different layers we have as a human being. It will help you understand like yourself better, and also how we manifest things in our reality. So there is different layers, most of us are most familiar with the physical layer, and the material world. Things are very solidified, that it's palpable, that is very, like, you can taste it, smell it, but that's also on our senses, so our senses play a role in our consciousness, and our consciousness will activate different ideas or behaviors or thoughts depending on what we're feeding our senses. And everything gets stored in our subconscious mind, so we want to make sure that we have as best possible nourishment for our spirit, friendships, people closest to us, their energy will affect us. Everybody can affect us, but the things that I use and that I have learned to help me stay grounded through the collective chaos is very simple. And yeah, everywhere what I have researched in my studies with ancient Eastern sacred books, and also with the Sefer Yetzirah, yoga books, consciousness, just a lot of my research always has led me to the same main key, which is that we are vessels, we are catalysts of energy, and we can tune in or connect to other energies. And depending on your emotions, depending on your thinking, is what you're tapping into and connecting to. And the whole key here is that we can tune into major forces that are beyond just what we see in this planet, this realm. Like, really anchor yourself to the earth, really anchoring yourself to the center of the cosmos, align your energy, and that way whatever is in between really doesn't affect you, and you're carrying on your own frequency. And that alignment, what it does when you are doing, we're going to do these meditations, when you visualize these meditations coming through and down and to the earth, and the opposite from the earth through you, we're doing a scan, and this energy flowing through in and out will remove blockages, will remove things that are stuck. And our energy also spins, like the universe spins, and our heartbeat, when it palpates, it creates a rhythm where if you're very subtle, very still, very mindful, then you're going to feel this spin happen. And this spin, when we're mindful of it, it will move things out of the way around our spine, around our nervous system, about our glands, our organs, our bones, our lungs, just all parts of our body will start removing the energy. So as we're connecting above and below, the energy, as we're breathing, bringing it down, exhaling, first we gotta find a nice little rhythm with our own body and the breath. And with the movement of the breath is how you move the energy within your body, as you're taking in through the nostrils to the throat, to the heart, through the lungs, and from the lungs back to the heart, and from the heart to the rest of our limbs, to the tip of your toes and fingertips. And we scan it, and intuitively you will know areas that are blocked, or feeling pain, or feeling tension. All the tension that you're feeling in your body is just energy stuck, waiting to be released. And as it's released, it will create a space for more energy to flow truly. And the more energy that flows truly, the more vital, the more energized, the more focused, the more grounded, the more you're not susceptible for all this other collective energy. You're very anchored, and you are the opposite. You are creating a grid for the rest to tap into, because you're aligning, you're connecting. And we help others by doing it by example. By example. Through any situation, through work, through life, through study, you can maintain your breath work and stay aligned and connected and just feel like a badass. Because after a while that you are mindfully connecting and tapping into, it becomes a way that it becomes a part of you. It becomes a lifestyle, and this lifestyle is something that will activate more layers and more layers of blessings in your life, because our mission as human beings is like trees: stay tuned and connected, rooted, being like an antenna, instead of and using the powers of our thoughts, the powers of our voice, like our words. Everything that we do say have so much power. Everything that we think has so much power, and everything we feed in our subconscious has so much power, because it creates a reality one day or another. And once we're tuned, connected, and aligned, we become frequencies, and we become a vessel to carry forth heaven on earth, unconditional love, bliss, ecstasy, joy. Just start creating this kind of open-hearted experience, and that's really powerful, because now you start tapping into doors that start activating just different levels of understandings and consciousness. And as we continue developing our connection with ourselves, our reality starts shifting. And that's part of believing, and that's part of knowing, and that's part of a practice, something that I've been doing for 33 years, and lifetimes that I have had visions of, that I been doing these ceremonies, these rechannelings of energy throughout a long time. And it's really incredible to know what you're capable of, us as a human body with so many emotions and energy, so much energy. And if we don't know how to channel that properly, then we create so much pain, suffering, areas with, they're blocked, or there's just so much that can just shame, guilt that can come in the back of the mind just for not being able to move through life as a clear vessel. And that's the goal. The goal is to stay as an open channel as possible, where the mind is not kicking in, throwing you off, not connected and aligned and breathing. So I do these ceremonies and I do these different events once a year, and I would like to share what I know and beyond. Like, I think it's a very personal experience what you go through, because you have your own history record of things that you know and that you have lived and experienced, and there is only something that comes out of what you have experienced, which is your gift, which is your mission, which is your destiny. For a reason, like we get downloaded with all these other programmings of this planet, this earth, this suffering, this struggle, blah, 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 suffering. Like, there is just so much. We remove all that, and then you get to live in your dharma. You get to live in what you're meant to be doing, We heal it all out. No need. The link is already in the past. We're here now. We're carrying forth what will come after doing all these meditations and ceremonies. Like, there is something about being steady with a practice that unlocks the next level. And I think that's something that we have to get used to. Steadiness and consistency, refocusing the energy into what do matters. And there is a lot of people that are really great doing this, and if you are in this materialistic kind of world, or if you are very good in different areas, it's the same. All layers of our humanness, emotional, physical, astral, intelligence, the minds. There is so many like different in our aura. There is so many waves and layers that we are meant to connect and tap into to be experiencing a human life as a whole. And once we learn to do that, we'll be capable, to be more mindful of each other, because we'll be open channels, and receiving, and clear and activated, so other people can also do reflect us what we do. People meant to mimic, what we are. People meant to mimic, or energy meant to be mimicked. So all of this energy that I have harnessed, energy that I have connected and tuned into, has allowed a steadiness, a peacefulness, a groundedness, a very center way of living. And with all the technology, we're really distracted. So it's important that all this information continues, as a habit, as a lifestyle. Like this kind of practices should be 100% of the time, all the time, and the rest, because that's what we're meant to be doing, being anchors, energetic batteries, able to manage energy from above through and down, or into our dreams or desires. But by connecting these forces that Native American people have for centuries connected to gather, store, moved, and pray for, and give offerings for. So we're meant to do these things, because there is a force behind these directions that I will go through with more detail. And, and we're going to continue giving you more information about the different energy that comes from each, and below and within, because it's all alchemy of the elements within and out, how we connect with them both, and also our own breath and heart and mind and our sexuality. Like we have all these different glands. They are little doors and portals that activate something vital that's key to help you move to the next level. And it can be how you call it, overwhelming at times if you don't know what you're doing. But this is why I'm here. I've been doing this for a long time. I started doing yoga since I was 7. I started teaching when I was 16. I've been doing all of my conscious spiritual work since very little. And I know the realms that can follow next to those. So if you have any questions, and you want to help in figuring out which energies you're working with and how to move from them and continue going to the next level in your spiritual awareness, awakenedness, it's amazing. It's amazing, having respect for what we're doing with our life and honoring it as such, because it's a sacred life. Hope that you enjoyed this video, and I see you in the next chat, and we'll talk in depth more of how to do these activations and ceremonies.